And as we prepare for the storm, hundreds of volunteers are preparing as well, including members of the Amateur Radio Emergency Services. They're getting ready for a joint exercise to support our local emergency agencies. We're joined now by Tom Salter and Otto Arnash. Thank y'all for joining us here in studio.
Very happy to be here.
Tom, we're going to start with you. Tell us a little bit about your organization, what you do, and how you support our local folks.
Well, ARES is an amateur radio emergency services group, and we are a group of ham radio operators who work together along with local EMA services in all three of our river region counties to provide backup for communication, and also if there's an event like's happening over in Georgia today, our folks would go out and look for damage, road floods, trees down, that sort of thing, people who need help, and then use our radios to contact the EMA because likely cell service is not going to be available.
We are a group of ham radio operators that have the equipment and the skill to communicate all over central Alabama without internet and without cellular service. And in critical hours after a disaster, you need that communication because hospitals, rescue squads, the EMA, they need to coordinate. The Red Cross, shelters, they need to coordinate, and we can provide that communication.
Do you need experience if people want to join and support you to help others? Do they need some sort of experience?
They don't need any experience. We have members in our club from all walks of life. Tom is in education. I'm a clinical psychologist. You do not need to be an electronic engineer to be a ham radio operator. All you need is an interest in science and willingness to learn. Ham radio is a lifelong learning process, and we have classes to help people get licensed, and we launch weather balloons for high school students to get them involved in on-hand specific concrete science projects. They get to predict where the balloon goes. It goes into the stratosphere, of course, but we try to track it and recover it wherever it lands. And we do that for high school students. But more importantly right now, what we're doing in disasters is we provide communication services and volunteer services, just like Thomas said, for the EMA.
Tom, where are y'all preparing to go right now, and where are some of the more interesting or far places you've been?
Oh, well, I've only been doing this about 18 months, so I haven't been to, but I've talked to people in Europe and Asia and South Africa, all over. But the thing we're getting ready to do next weekend is called SET. It's a test of our emergency preparation. And so club members and also non-club members, EMA people from all over the area will be working together to make sure we're ready. We're going to have a pretend flood, as if we have to pretend today, but we're going to have a pretend flood and set our stuff up and be ready to react to that and help out with emergency services.
We're vulnerable in Montgomery. We're surrounded by bridges.
We're called the River Region for a reason.
You got it, exactly. So we will have people stationed at bridges and provide simulated flooding reports, road closure reports. People in, say, Prattville Hospital, they need to know that they cannot come down Highway 31 because it's closed. They need to go Cobbsford Road, I-65 to get to Baptist South. People in Wetumpka need to know that if they have patients that need treatment, that they will be accepted at Baptist South. And so we provide that kind of essential communication.
Essential and life-saving
absolutely.
information
Yes.
as well. Where can people go to learn more about this organization if they're even a little interested and they say, I want to help them out?
We have a website, w4ap.org. That's our FCC call sign, w4ap.org. And you go to that website, you can catch up with everything our club does, how to get into it, all the information you would need.
And you said you don't need any training to participate.
Not ahead of
Not
time.
ahead of time.
No.
You can just jump right in and learn from you folks.
You can help, yes.
Thank y'all for joining us here in Alabama
Thank
Live.
you,
We
Jennifer.
truly
Very
appreciate
happy
it.
to be here. Thank